What's going on, people? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Listen, you know what's been on my heart this week is a lot of people, right? They are holding on to people in relationships, right? They're holding on to people in relationships that's not putting in any effort. Right? They're holding on because they feel as if they can change people. I had a conversation with someone earlier, and she was telling me, Keishorne, he's not the man that I met, when we first started dating. And I'm like, so who is he now? She said he's more closed off. He doesn't text back on time. He doesn't call at all. He cancels plans. He does all these things. And I'm like, so why are you still connected? She's like, well, I think he could change back to who he was when we first met. So I told her, baby girl, you can't change someone who doesn't want to change themselves. And you can't change someone who doesn't see a problem with their actions, right? So pretty much she feels as if she can change him into the person that she knew or she first met on day one, right? And that's just so unhealthy to me, right? That's just so unhealthy to think like that. To think that you can change someone. You cannot, listen, y'all, you can't change people. Stop trying to change people back into who they first was. Stop trying to change people to meet the needs that you want. Stop trying to change them. If they treating you this kind of way, walk away, move on, let go. You are not obligated to change someone. That's their job, right? That's their job, man. And it's just like, it's just it upsets me, right? Because I was at that point when I wanted to change someone to love me more, right? And we all get to that point sometimes where we want to change people to love us a little bit more. Right? Anyway, that's just what I wanted to tell you guys right now. I hope you get some... Listen, the best advice that I can give you right now is stop trying to change people. Stop trying to change them. They are who they are. Sometimes people are counterfeit people and frauds from the beginning. And then when they get what they want, either sex, attention, affection, or whatever it is, some people use people to get what they want and just hang you out to dry. Be careful and watch the signs. If someone doesn't put in any effort to change or to become better, not only for you, but for themselves, that ain't it. Like, real talk, that ain't it, y'all. What's going on, beautiful people? So today, I have an interview with FoxSoul. We're having a discussion around, does social media kind of ruin relationships? Does it or not? So we have a dope interview today. So I'm getting ready for that right now. Yeah, man, I actually have my thought in it. My thought is pretty much it does. There's a certain kind of disconnect that social media brings, to people in relationships. And that's why you have to have these really good conversations with your partner and, have a conversation of the do's and don'ts of social media, because what you don't want is social media to become an outlet if you guys argue, right? You don't want it to be a place where they find comfort, right? Your partner is supposed to find comfort in you. Anyway, it's going to be a little deep. I'm going to share the interview on my YouTube page. I'm going to definitely share it. What are your guys' thoughts? Like, what do you think? Do you think that social media ruins relationships, right? What do you think? All right, so this is my fit. I got the turtleneck on. I do got sweats on, though. I ain't gonna front. I do got sweats on. I got sweats on. I ain't gonna lie, because they only gonna catch the top and up. So I'm good. I'm good. So the interview's starting at 2 p.m. right now. Is 1:19. So I'm just prepping, getting ready, taking my deep breaths. I do a lot of interviews and I travel a lot. So, I'm not saying it comes off as normal, but you still have to be in a place of peace. Your mind have to be right. You got to be focused. You got to be patient. And you got to know what you're talking about, especially when you're on TV and you're doing certain things. You got to know what you're talking about. You know, a lot of people, they jump on TV, they jump on the internet and don't know what they're talking about and call themselves a coach, call themselves this, call themselves that. And they're not really that, right? So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys know how the interview went after I'm done. Peace. You know what's crazy is that, right, I remember when I used to tolerate a lot from people because I didn't want to lose them, right? You ever been there before when you tolerate so much from people because you got a big heart or you care a lot about people, you know, and you didn't want to lose them? And sometimes this is trauma. This is trauma from the past. It's childhood trauma. You know, is that we tolerate so much from people because we don't want them to walk out of our life, right? We don't want to lose them, right? We want to keep investing. We want to keep pouring into people, right? But at some point, you got to not care anymore, right? I want you to hear me out. You got to stop caring, right? Whether you lose people or not, because if they're not good for you, if you're forcing someone to stay in your life, if you're forcing them to stay and clearly they don't want to stay, I don't care anymore, right? You got to get to a point where you got to stop tolerating the wrong behaviors from the wrong person. It's not helping you grow. It's actually poisoning your self-growth. It's poisoning your self-esteem. It's poisoning who you are, right? We have to really literally get to a point where we don't care anymore. I don't care no more, right? It is what it is. Stop forcing people to stay. Stop begging them to stay, right? Stop tolerating people who's not loving you correctly. Tolerating people who are using you. And truth is, there are so many people out there who are using you, right? And you're using statements like, well, I've known them since high school. I've known you for a long time. Or, you know, that's just who they is. See, that's it right there. That's the number one thing. Oh, well, that's who he is. That's just who she is. No. If someone is consistently hurting you on purpose, that's not who they are. They're taking advantage of you. Sometimes we got to wake up and understand when people are taking advantage of us. Stop tolerating these behaviors from people, and unconsciously it's continuing to ruin your self-image, your self-esteem, and the self-respect that you have for yourself, right? At some point in your life, you have to say to yourself, enough is enough. I'm tired of people, you know, hurting me. I'm tired of people putting me down. I'm tired of people using me and taking advantage of me. That's not okay. That ain't life. That's not living. That's not living, man. You know? And the thing about it right now is that we got to learn how to set some healthy boundaries in our life. The reason why people are abusing our trust, taking advantage of our loyalty, taking advantage of who we are, our kindness, and taking advantage of who we are is because we're not setting any healthy boundaries. We got no boundaries at all. So when you have no boundaries, people could come and do whatever they want. It's like a fence around your house, right? And people trying to attack you, right? If there's no fence around your house, right, then anybody can come in and attack you. But you got to put up these walls, these healthy walls, and say to yourself, listen, I got boundaries. I'm not accepting that. You know, I'm not accepting that. And if you are trying to break into my heart and trying to break into my mind and infiltrate it with the wrong things, you got to go. And we have to be so okay with letting the wrong people go, right? We don't feel bad about it. Listen, years ago, I stopped feeling bad about letting people go. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not feeling bad about letting you go, right? I'm not forcing you to stay. I'm not tolerating disrespect. It is what it is, right? And we gotta have that kind of mindset, and we gotta walk around with that every single day. We ain't tolerating disrespect because at the end of the day, we're the only person that's hurting, and nobody's helping us heal. Nobody's helping us heal. And I digress.